Hello and welcome to today's Draw It and Know It. Draw It and Know It. Wrong feature. That's a feature that I do for Reasons for Hope. Today is Draw Along with Dan. And I'm Dan Lietha, cartoonist and illustrator. Be sure to check out my Draw It and Know It's on the Reasons for Hope Facebook and YouTube, most of the YouTube channels. So anyway, today we're going to be drawing a red panda. So I thought that might be a good one for a Friday. So get your pencils out, pencils and ink pens, whatever you're going to use to draw over your pencil drawing. And let's get the screen up and I can show you my reference for the red panda. Get things situated on my screens here. All right. So let's zoom in a little bit more on the thing here, and we're going to pick our reference for the panda. Now I've got a couple pictures of red pandas to choose from. So let's take this one. I like the top one better. A bit cleaner. The bottom one a little less defined. It's more fuzzy. The expression on both of them are cute. I think I'll just stick with the top one. So as we always do, let's take this and break it down into shapes. And today, let's see, will blue work? We'll go with red. Even though it's a red panda, it's more orange and brown. So the shapes that we're going to deal with today are, let's see, there's the head shape, and then we've got kind of a round thing here, round thing there. We've got the muzzle, the eyes right there, got a shape, and then this goes around. It's got a very distinct pattern. Got the mouth. Of course, you've got the nose. And then the eyes, which are right about there. Put that line in there to orient the form a little bit to give us a location for that. We've got these white markings on a tuft of hair right there. And then there's also kind of an eyebrow type of thing. So break it down into shapes. We can kind of refer to those as we're drawing our drawing. And then those famous panda ears. Something like that. And they're kind of puffy on the inside. So, tracing can be helpful. Now, I'm not doing this for copying purposes. I'm just breaking the shapes down of the panda so that we can understand it. Let's get some more tough fluffiness. High fluffy factor. All right, so let's take this and put this down here. There we go. And I'm going to label that our drawing layer. So let's take what we've learned and translate that into a drawing. So we've got that kind of it's sort of a roundish head. I didn't draw that in the sketch, but it's got kind of that thing going on, but then squares off, flattens off on the top. And then that line for the eyes goes right about here. All right, and then I didn't draw this on the sketch, but halfway line would help. A middle center line for their other shapes. So we've got that muzzle shape, that nose, and then right about here is that shape under the eyes, kind of the bridge of the nose type of place. We'll place the eyes right about here, and then the nose goes right about here. And then that mouth is the chin, mouth area. Draw the inside. And then there's those tufts on top, kind of like an eyebrow. Sometimes in cartoon animals, I put eyebrows in, even if they don't have them. And this little guy kind of has them naturally. And then there's that white section there. Markings are fun for animals. They help you in a sense, because if you're a little wrong on the shapes of the animal and stuff, people can still tell what the animal is because of the markings. So, and let's see, we've got the ears. Around. And there's that extra tuft area. Again, the rough sketch just helps us get in the ballpark for the shapes and such, and then when we ink it, we get a little more specific. And then there's those cute panda whiskers. And I think that gets us pretty close. Maybe I'll give a little extra detail to the nose too. All right, let's do the ears a bit. We got the top thicker section, and then there's that fluffy part on the inside. So there's the basic shape for our red panda. I'm going to lighten that section now, and let's ink that in, draw over the top of it, and ink it. So you can get out your marker or a pen or something that makes a darker ink line over the top of your pencils. And I'm going to start with, I like to kind of ground myself in some shape that we can build out from. And the lines right there give me a nice central area to work from. Now, I'm not going to color this, and so I'm just going to give like an indication right here of where that coloration changes on the panda. And then we'll go up and ink in that eyebrow and do the same thing for this one. Not making thick lines. I don't know what you're inking with, but I'm doing these lines thin because they're just part of the fur. They don't really stick out. So I don't want to give them too much thickness, draw too much attention to them. All right, and then I'm gonna fix the front of that muzzle because it kind of goes down like that, and the nose is really close to the bottom of it. It's got like a little thing right there. Goes up, and then the nose kind of goes in like that. Goes around, and then I'll probably color in the rest of the nose, leaving that little highlight spot there. Blacken that in. A little panda nose. All right, and then the little bit of fur indication there. Almost kind of automatically makes it look like it's smiling. And then the mouth area, chin, it's got a distinct fur to it too. Very fuzzy. Those are the tops of that white area there. I'm just trying to get the right placement. And that's the edge of like a tuft of hair. So the inside is just more the color of the hair, but the outside is the edge of a tuft of hair. Finish the rest of the bottom there. Now I'm going to start right here and go down. And I love the texture of this fur. It's fun to draw. Longer hairs, but very, very neat on this particular one anyway. The other one I showed you was a bit more disheveled, I guess. Maybe that one had been doing some active stuff that messed up its hair a bit. And then the hair by the ear, in front of the ears, is a bit shorter. And then up on top, let's start from the middle and go each way. That way. That way. And then the ears, very fuzzy, but the hair is very, I don't know if it's short or it's just all the same length, so it makes a more of a line across, but it's a fuzzy line. And then you can go fuzz, 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 fuzz on the inside of those ears. And then, so there's layers of hair, masses of hair for the red panda. And do the same kind of thing on the other side. A shorter fuzzy line indicating the shape of the ear. Will stop right about there. And then with that line, and then fuzz, 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 fuzz. In fact, I'm going to keep going. Right there. Nice. It's looking pretty good, I think. And then, like I said, I'm not coloring this, but the fur right there on the face is darker. So I think for a black and white drawing. It would help to define this as a red panda by actually coloring some of that hair in or giving an indication of some darker hair. So that helps the, and then even on the edge, I'm going to add some more hair detail. Again, the hair is a little darker on the edges, and it helps give this some more shape. And it helps make those white hair areas stand out too. But again, you can really add the color to it when you, if you color it in. All right, the mouth. Let's put the tongue in. Cute little panda tongue. And this has got some shadow on it, so I'm gonna put some lines on it just like that for some shadow effect. And then right under the tongue, there's like a darker, I think, edge of the mouth area that's darker. Some of it's fur, I think some of it's kind of that mouth, dark mouth skin that a lot of animals have. Again, when doing these drawings, it's so very helpful to have something that is like the anchor point, a center part that you can build out from, and then you can be confident when you're filling in the rest because you've started on that one spot and then you build out. And the tongue actually has like a little edge on it. So far we're kind of being more realistic on this panda. And now it's time to go for the eyes. So I'm going to stay in that kind of realistic mode. So this is more, like I said, a drawing than a cartoon. Now remember how I said I like to have a starting point and then build out so that you get things right. This is a symmetrical drawing. It's kind of the same on each half. It's just a mirror image. So it's supposed to be even and balanced. So I did this line for the top of the eye. Now I'm going to do this line for the top of that other eye. So there we go. And then so the top has a bit of a curve to it. The bottom really goes down. There we go. Oh, let's start that one over. And then up. So there we go for that line. Now the inside of the eye, the pupil and the iris are very, very, very dark, and it's got that reflection up on top. That is the way it's the shape that it is because of the shape of the eyeball. And so try to copy that in like you see it in the reference there. The pupil is actually very small and is right about there and right about there. Yeah, that looks about right. And then what I'm going to do, because again, I'm not coloring this, so I want to do this, my black and white image to make sense all by itself. I'm going to color in the eye with some line work. it'd be darker under the eyelid there. So I'm making that a little darker, and then my line work, again, if you've got something that you can make thicker and thin lines with, I'm making it thicker at the bottom of the eye because the eye goes around. And then I'm going to do the same thing over here. And my lines are going to curve the other way. So looking at the shape of the eyeball. And then even on the inside of the eyeball, as it goes around to the corner there, it'd be a little darker. And let's back the camera up and see what that looks like. There, I think that works. Cute little red panda. Now, let's fill in some more fur just to give this thing some more shape. Because it is darker on the inside of the eyes there. And I think part of that's fur color, and then part of that's just the shape of that eye that goes back in there underneath the bridge of the nose. And then under the eye right here, the fur kind of has this shape that goes like this. And then actually there's another layer of the eye right there. Same for that right there. And then same for that fur on the other side. Fur is really fun to draw, and like I've said about like reptiles, how they have that scale pattern over their bodies, and it looks so cool because it helps us know the shape of the body more than if something is just one color and you can't see much detail on it. Those lines that run down the shape of the animal do a really great job of telling us the form of that animal, and it just is more information. It looks really great. Fur is kind of that way too, because you can see the shape of this panda. And so I don't want to over render this, but I want to put in some more fur to kind of help us know the shape. And even, let's see, some of these darker areas, I want them to be darker. Trying to create some contrast between the white section, those white bands, and then the darker parts of the panda. So don't draw the lines for the fur just flat. Imagine what that shape of the panda is, and follow the form. It'll make your drawing sing. It'll give it that cool look. So most of the time I draw cartoons, but when I was a kid, I didn't only just draw cartoons. I would copy pictures from wildlife magazines and such that were very realistic, and that helped me to learn how to draw. And then it helps the cartooning too, because once you know how to draw the real thing, then your cartoons are better. And just putting some little touches in here to give some little slight indication of form, and then putting that indication in the nostrils there. Now there's something left. What is it? It's the whiskers. So they're almost kind of like a little mustache whiskers where they kind of go out like this and they bend down. Just kind of flick your wrist and get those little whiskers in there. There. So there's our, oh, you know what? There's just some personality about those eyes that I want to get that fur around the inside of the eye there too. He almost kind of makes him look like he's a little bit of an angry attitude there with his, it's got that shape right there. There we go. And then I think it just needs a little help with some darkness right in there. There, our red panda. Let's get rid of the sketch lines underneath. And voila, our red panda is looking pretty good. So, how do we finish our drawings? We have to write our name. So, right here. So Dan Lietha, and then I have a website, so .com. Now with these draw along with Dan features on my YouTube channel, I have a playlist. So if you click on playlists instead of video, all of these draw along with Dan's are in one spot, so you don't have to go hunting around for them. So just a tip on how to watch the draw along features that I have. So thanks for watching today. This is a Friday, so we'll be starting up again on Monday. Join me Monday through Friday at 12 noon Eastern time, and let's draw some more fun stuff this summer. Thanks for watching.